I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. Come on in, everyone. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please let me know by dropping your city, your state, your country, your island, wherever you are from, so I can say hello to you guys real quick and we can get it started, okay? I am here to give y'all a review on season 9, episode 7, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, I see some of y'all coming in. Hold on, my screen is messing up on my side. One second. All right, I see ATL in the house. What's up, ATL? Columbus, what's up, Columbus? I got Mississippi, Rochelle, New York. What's up? Brooklyn. I see the North Pole is in the house. North Pole, Alaska. Welcome. I don't think I've ever seen North Pole, Alaska before. Bahamas. What's up, STL? Houston, Virginia, Jackson, Mississippi, Louisiana. Come on in, Baltimore. All right, you guys. So this show has been the talk for a minute. Okay, this particular episode. A lot of people are dogging it. People said that it was so-so. They didn't like it so much. But I did. I liked it a lot. A lot of stuff was uncovered if you were paying attention, if you had your ears going, okay? What's up, Brooklyn, New York? What's up, Linda Gamble? What's up with you? I see Miss Cookie from the Shy is in the house, coming in from Aurora, Illinois, okay? Cookie from the Shy, that's one of my favorite people. Welcome. The DMV is in the house. So yeah, this show actually dropped so many gems. This episode dropped so many gems. I can't believe that people did not like it that much. Marquez and Ken stole the show. Facts. They did steal the show, 100%. Come on, Texas. What's up? Anybody that you see with a wrench behind their name, they are here to make sure that you have a good time in the chat, okay? Let me take my screen down for 1 second so I can say hello. What's up? I'm wearing my Blondie shirt. Y'all remember Blondie? Back in the day, okay? Anyway, if you see anyone with a purple wrench behind their name, they're here to make sure that you have a good time in the chat. You just follow the rules. Be respectful of each other. Say your opinion. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with anybody in the chat. Not required. All that's required is for y'all to just have a good time, laugh, share some shit that maybe people didn't see. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share what I saw that y'all might not have seen. If y'all had an opportunity to watch the live last night, or if you didn't have one, I hope you watched it. Okay. Yes, I was a little kid when Blondie was like real popular, but my aunt like really loved Blondie and David Bowie and y'all, I have so many musical influences. It's crazy. But yeah, I love me some Blondie as well. Okay. And Pat Benatar. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Review Hour? Okay. So come on in and we're going to get it crunk. Okay. Let me put this back up on the screen. Hold on. I want to make myself, I want to be on the side of this circle right here. Okay. So everybody hit the like button on your way in, please and thank you. Share this video too, because you know, I'm about to get it popping. All right. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. It's Christmas time. I have been watching all the Christmas cartoons. I've been watching all the Christmas shows. You guys, I am such a nerd. Okay. A square. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get started. I know I have these two on the screen, but it actually opened with Melody and Trisha, okay? Picked up where they left off. And Melody basically said to Trisha, listen, she said, at the end of the day, did you know that everybody was gossiping and talking about you and Martell? before I invited you on the trip, because you got me on this trip, extending my good, I'm giving you an invite. I'm helping you out, thinking I'm bringing you into the fold. And in the meantime, it looked like you were trying to make me look stupid. Okay. That's basically the gist of it. Trish says, yeah, I knew that people were talking about it. And she said, honestly, it was Martell who made everything weird. And Melody said, no, not Martell. It was you. You made everything weird. You made everything weird. And then your friends, or your so-called friends, they were sitting here at the same table with you. They should have had your damn back, but instead they busted you out. And then they made you seem like a liar. So what's really going on? Okay. And Trisha really couldn't respond to it. She just kind of sat there and looked like, well, I don't even know where to go with this. I don't know what to call it. But at the end of it, Melody said, you need to really pay attention to what's going on in this group. Make sure that you spray your own shit before you get sprayed with it, because the people in this group, okay, we all trying to get this camera time, child. And what you ain't going to have is a mother effing secret. So make sure that if you tell somebody something, before you address it with the person that's involved, you do what you're supposed to do. And she seemed like she took that well. Okay. Melody also said at the end of the day, she said, there's no beef between me and you, because all of that shit went down in 2020. And if y'all remember, Melody had actually talked about Martell coming to the house at the beginning of the pandemic. That was 2020, right? And she was saying stuff like, she said that Martell came in the house and then gave her this speech, like an ultimatum, told her to get over it. He's going to be with her. He's going to be married and he's going to have a girlfriend. So he's told her all of that. And Mel said after he said that, that's when I knew he's not going to change. And she ended up packing her things and leaving in the middle of a pandemic. I think she said she left before April, or she left in April. So when she was asking Trisha all them questions, like, when was it? Was it hot outside or cold outside? Like when she was doing all of that, I told y'all it was an inquisition. She already knew. Like she was like, at the end of the day, I was gone. It was the end of the relationship. I could give two shits, but I want you to know, don't play that game with me. Well, welcome everybody. I see y'all. Come on in. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, okay? So that was it for April 4th. Okay, Cookie came through with the date. She said April 4th, but if y'all remember, Melody was asking Trisha, was it hot outside? And Trisha said, I think it was August. And then Mel went, well, maybe it was cold outside, because what's driveway with it? And she was like, no, you're right. Maybe it was cold. It was cold. It was cold. That type of thing. So she was going back and forth with her. At the end of the day, she just called her out. She just called her out. Okay. So anyway, if y'all ever find yourselves in a situation where you are talking to a Scorpio, okay, they're not looking to prove you right. Okay. So don't try it. Just get your ass up and politely leave, okay? Just be like, girl, I'll catch you. I got the iron. I left the iron on. The stove is on. Something, but don't stick around for that. It's never going to end well for you, okay? Moving on. Next scene, we have Martell and Chris Fletcher and Nell Fletcher, okay? Chris and Nell, they look like they've bought a new space. It used to be an old barbershop. Chris is going to renovate it and get it set up for his new office. And it is a barbershop that everybody used to go to in North Huntsville. So there's a lot of memories there. Martell ends up walking in, and Chris, they're like happy to see him or whatever. Martell and him shoot the shit for a second. And Chris says, listen, I was just met with Marceau, who's building a home here in North Huntsville. And Martell looked at him and said, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't fuck with that dude. I don't F with that dude. So don't bring his name up. I could do without it. And then Chris says something else. And Martell says, in real life, I don't fuck with him. In real life, like not for TV. Like, I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't mess with him. Then Chris said, so you're saying that he started it? And Martell said, yeah, he started it. And I'm going to finish it, basically. In confessional, someone basically asked, do you think that Marceau tried to set you up or something to that extent? And Martell said, no, Marcel don't have what it takes to set me up, basically. He said, at the end of the day, he went low talking about me and the mothers of all 5 of my children. So he said he doesn't talk about Melody and he ain't supposed to talk about Ariana. So he threw both of them out. He said, no, that should never come out of his mouth. And his reason was, he said, because I know who he is. We did stuff together. That's how Martell puts it. Me and Marceau did stuff together. So for him to sit on his little soapbox and start throwing out the mothers of my children and acting like him and Tisha are somebody that they are not, no, he never gets to do that. That's how Martell said it. Now, Fletcher said you should have left Tisha out of it, though. It was too much bringing Tisha in it. And Martell said, well, she shouldn't have got in the middle of it. And she's going to get whatever she's going to get, okay? She about to get that work because she shouldn't have put her mouth on it. And he said, at the end of the day, Tisha also, after giving that sidebar saying, I know things about Marceau, he says, Melody used to come home and get into it with me about shit Tisha told her. And what it sounded like he was saying is that whatever the pillow talk was going on between Marceau and Tisha was telling Melody things. Because in the scene, Martell says that. He said, listen, we were trying to work our shit out, and Tisha was telling Melody things about me and what I was doing, and I don't appreciate it. And he said, at the end of the day, Tisha is a snitch. Tisha is a snitch. And he said, if it wasn't for her, we probably could have worked things out. Tisha updating mail on shit, we probably could have worked things out. Now, mind you, he said all of this, despite the fact that he went home and told Melody, listen, I'm never giving that heifer up. Going ahead and just work things out. Y'all going to be sister wives. He went home and told Melody that she was going to have a sister wife. Melody said no. But he said, if it wasn't for Tisha, and I ain't gonna lie, what it sounded like he was saying, if it wasn't for Tisha telling Melody everything that she told Melody, me and Melody would still have the arrangement that Tisha and Marceau had. Okay? They deny cheating. They deny extramarital, affairs. They deny extra children. We could have been the same people. We could have denied all that shit and just stayed on the show. That's what it was. So all of this heat that Martell is giving Marceau right now is you basically are living the life that I saw for myself. Okay. I told Mel, we could just keep going. We can keep staying this marriage and not really worry about anybody finding anything out. It does not matter. Okay. Just deny. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Martell is a motherfucker. Okay. He said, don't worry about that baby. Don't worry about Ariana coming on and blasting everybody the hell out. Don't worry about any of that. You and I just needed to stay married and the shit would have just fell. The chips would have fell where they may. So I don't know. What do y'all think about that? This is what he said. Tisha was telling Melody. Tisha was snitching on him, telling Melody what they were doing. Okay. And that's how it ended. But Martell said they could have still be married today, just like Tisha and Marceau. They got the same arrangement right now. That's how he put it. Okay. Next scene, we got Ken and his friend Will. Let's see. He takes blame for nothing. It's Tisha's fault that he cheated. That's right. I have an outside baby and I'm broke. Boy, bye. Okay. Listen, I know y'all have strong feelings, but I'm telling you what the man said. Next, we have Ken and Will. Ken and Will. So Will is Ken's, he said best friend, one of the friends that he confide in when shit get too hot at the house, basically. And he said, typically, his home life is great. He don't wake up thinking about Marquez at all, but Marquez is the person who brings the shit in, okay? Marquez is the one who gets things started between him and Trisha. He says Marquez is his only problem, okay? He also said that Marquez was not mentally stable. And if you guys saw that episode, you probably, if you haven't seen it already, it probably, shed some light on a few things. Let's see. Who Martell gonna blame next? Wanda? Maybe. And y'all know Wanda has, if you don't know, Wanda has been on in his corner for a couple of months. So this show probably opened her eyes to a lot of things. If Tisha was telling Wanda the show before, she's kept it close to her heart this time. She kept it close to her chest because Wanda has been batting for Martell, and now she gets to see how these tables have turned. But he said that Marquez is mentally, he's been a little mentally unstable. And he also said that it's all due to him stepping up and filling in where Marquez falls short. Okay. His friend Will said, well, do you think that he wants Trisha back? And Ken said, no, hell no, he don't want Trisha back. He said if it was any other dude, he would have signed those papers by now. It's specifically me. But he said whatever's going on with him, he can't even call it at this point. Ken said that if Trisha does sign the papers, that he plans on getting her a ring. He said he'd get it tomorrow. Okay. And that's when the friend Will asks, well, hold on. He said, actually, Actually, Ken says that Marquez is supposed to come to the kids' graduation party, their graduation party. And Will said, do you want him there? He said, he better be there. He better be there. He's the father. That is what Ken said in the scene. Now, I did not pay attention to that last night, but he said he better be there at the end of the day. And that's when Will said, are you willing to have a conversation with Trisha about your relationship with Marquez? Because y'all keep inviting him into shit and stuff keeps popping off. Maybe y'all should stop inviting him. Okay. Have you thought about that as a possible solution to your problems? And that's when Ken said, yeah, and you're right. And if shit goes down like that today or at this party, then I will have to tell him something. Okay. But he said, and if he doesn't want to hear with his ears, he might have to hear with these. I'm sorry, but listening to somebody say that they're going to hear with these was hilarious to me. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on, child. I see y'all. I'm not going to comment yet because we ain't even at the scene. Next, we have Trisha and Destiny. Trisha and Destiny. Destiny comes to visit Trisha at the house. And this was a really interesting scene to me, just based on what we knew in the past. Okay, there's a couple of things that Trisha says here that's not going to add up to what Marquez says in the last scene. Okay, there's a conflict here. But Trisha is talking to Destiny about the party, whatnot. It's just a friend visit. When I guess someone comes in, the notarizer, the lady who does the notary, she's a notary. So she comes in and she basically stamps the paperwork that says that Trish can move on with this divorce, okay? And somebody in my chat last night said that they were contesting the divorce, that Marquez is contesting the divorce, which I'm not sure why. But yeah, especially since he said that they've been broken up for damn near a decade. What would he like to happen if you've been broken up for almost a decade, sir? Now, this is his words. Anyway, Trisha said that she is happy that this divorce is over, final. She feel like, this is a breath of fresh air for her. All of this happened in front of Destiny. And Destiny said, sis, you still got a grieving period you're going to go through. And Trisha said, absolutely not. Now, I'm going to tell you this. What is this? We're about to go into 2025, right? I think the pandemic started like in December of 2019 and then headed into 2020. We keep forgetting that Trisha lost her mother, her father, and her sister. And the year before that, a person she called her best friend, Marquez, also dipped. Marquez did not help. He did not come back home. He didn't do any of those things when her family, the majority of the people that she's known all her life, her entire life, left the earth. You know what I'm saying? So she has been grieving probably the loss of all four of those people for a long time. And we cannot forget, because people do forget this, those kids were also affected. She has 2 children with him. The kids are affected by the dad leaving the home. The kids are affected by the loss of their grandparents and their auntie, and their kids is going to be affected by their mother's mental state, her emotional state. This is not the same woman we knew before. All of this is going on. All of these life changes was happening for people that didn't lose anybody. We had to stay inside of a house all day, didn't know how to, move around outside. All of these things happen all at one time for her. So we got to keep that in mind. I think sometimes we beat Trisha up too much. There was a person who said, I got to do me. Okay. I got these green eyes. I got this, caramel complexion. I'm going to Atlanta and see what I can get to pop off. Okay. He did all of that. It didn't come back home. So I think that there's something to be said for that. Okay. If she found comfort, because you need to find something to keep yourself stable. If Kim brought her stability, even if it's for a short time, if she decides, 2 years from now, 3 months from now, that this shit ain't for me, it is what it is. But people, as adults, we should know that sometimes when you're going through shit that's tough like that, you got to get, you know what I'm saying? You got to lean on somebody because everybody's gone. You know what I mean? So anyway, somebody said, does Marquez work? He works on the show from what it looks like as of this moment. He works on the show. Okay. It looks like I also heard that he moved from Atlanta to where? To Huntsville. Someone said, that's no excuse to be a liar. Everybody's a liar. I don't care if they say they ain't. They lying about lying. Not everybody wants to tell all their tea like that. But listen, she got caught. She learned the hard way, in my opinion. Just like Kimmy said, that's not the right way to start this shit off. But you learn the hard way. You working from behind. But it is what it is. You got to figure out if is there anything to hold her to the fire for? If Melody said, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I was out there. I was out of the house on April 4th. You were out of the house on April 4th. Ken did tell him that. He said, I will save you too. And it looks like he has. We'll get there, baby. We'll get there. But anyway, this is all going on. And the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, Trisha still looks like she's dealing with a lot of grief, and she's also dealing with a lot of resentment. She resents Marquez, and not sexually pent up frustration either. I think Melody was just, joking with her, but she resents the fact that this man was out doing whatever he wanted to do while she was suffering. And she thought that that was her partner. She thought that that was her friend. So I think that that's the case. Okay. But we will move on to the next child. Who do we got up here? Let's talk about Melody. Marceau and Tisha. Okay. This was a good scene to me for a lot of reasons, but Marceau and Tisha, who always looks like they are on a date. Okay. Who always look like they're on a date. They're sitting there talking to each other. Whatever the pressures of that relationship was, they've gotten themselves to a place where they can be friends, I guess. Marceau seems to be escorting her to parties. They're still taking trips and stuff like that. So they're trying to work shit out. Tisha admitted to that on Carlos King's channel right before the explosion. But Marceau lets Tisha know, number one, keep me up to date on the kids, okay? My one and only son is how he puts it. I don't have any more sons out here. My one and only son is graduating. So make sure that I know everything about the pictures and all that shit. Tisha said, I didn't even think you want to know. Now Marceau all of a sudden has an interest in the kids. Now he wants to be a part of the family time and shit like that, right? So he's telling her that. And then he also says, after he takes his fat cigar out of his mouth, he said, yeah, Melody gave me a call. She's on her way up. To which Tisha has a drink in her mouth. And thank goodness, but she definitely looked like, motherfucker, why would you tell me this now? Like, how dare you, right? She's still uncomfortable with Marceau springing that Melody's on her way up. Marceau says, well, how are you and Melody doing? How's that relationship going, right? And Tisha said, we're cordial. We're cordial, okay? We're good. We're cordial. Now, Melody walks in. She says hello to both of them, gives them hugs and stuff. And confessionals, Tisha says, listen, anytime Melody does a pop-up, it means that she wants to get something off of her chest. So she's like, you know, I don't even know what this is about, but clearly she does. She has an idea, right? And then Marceau said, whenever Mel pops up, I leave feeling good. So I'm not really for sure. And then they show Melody getting a little bothered every time she sits with Marceau. So he's like, those tables don't spin for me. I'm fine either way. But at the end of the day, Melody says, listen, on the girls' trip, because this must have been where it happened, and they didn't air it, and I hate that. But Melody says, on the girls' trip, Tisha, me, you, and Kimmy, we called a truce. Basically, she said, we called a truce and we said that we're never going to let things fester between us anymore, that we are far away from some of this bullshit. We're far enough away from some of this bullshit to, you know, be adults, be grown-ass women, come together and talk. This is a foundation that we built, so we don't have to tear it down anymore. I've been divorced for 4 years or whatever these things are. Let's just, you know, leave Martell in our past, right? In so many words. And then she says to Marceau, and I did the same to you, Marceau. I gave you my new phone number. I told you that if you get some bullshit story from Martell, because you said you only ever get one side of the story, then call me. Call me and get the other side, okay? I mean, if you're interested in it, before you go chit-chatting and saying all kinds of dumb shit on the internet, give me the benefit of the doubt and talk to me first. Okay, so this is what Melody's laying on the table. And then Melody said, I'm doing the same for you guys right now. My ex-husband sent me a text. And then she reads the text. She said, he said that both Tisha and Marceau said some very degrading things about you at Destiny's adult field day. And she gives him a chance to respond to it, okay? Marceau said, listen, I don't even know why he would tell you that shit. I didn't say anything about you. The conversation I had with Martell was about Martell, okay? And Mel said, now, wait a minute. Neither you or Tisha said anything about me? Because Mel is like, well, why did he send me this text? Now, this is good information, okay? Because we all know that Martell is a liar. We all know that. But it's interesting what people take when he says things and what people throw away when he says things, including Melody. Melody, I'm sure that when she talked to her producer and they asked, what the hell happened in your life today? And she said, oh, I got this text from my ex about blah, blah, blah. They was like, well, we about to make this a scene. You know what I'm saying? We about to make this a scene. But she didn't turn it down. She didn't turn it down. She came to him and said, this is what I'm bringing to the table. Tisha says, now, Marceau, you did say that one thing, okay? And then Marceau said, basically what you already know, you know that when you and Martell were on the outs after everything happened, Martell called me and accused you and I of sleeping together. And I fucking reminded him in a crass way, but I definitely reminded him that's the type of man he is, okay? He's not a protector. He damn sure ain't nobody's provider or a professor. He's a dirty, low down, no good, scum of the earth scoundrel, okay? He's a horrible person. And Melody said, now this is the topper. This is a topper. Melody said, it's just hard to believe. I'm sorry, I'm about to laugh. She said, it's just hard to believe that he would say something like that. You know what I'm saying? That he would go to this level. And almost the second it came out of her mouth, she has this epiphany and says, no, it ain't hard to believe because he lied to me. But I said all of that to say, if y'all dealt with a true narcissist, you would know that they will mess your mind up so bad that you really don't trust yourself. And when all the stuff that she used to say about her rebuilding her intuition and all that shit, that's a real thing. You second guess everything you have going on when you have that type of relationship with a narcissist. And then Marcel, Tisha, and Melody started comparing shit he will do to get you to believe him. Okay. Let's see. Diana, I wish the cast would talk the way you say they talk. Oh, well, I'm just giving y'all the real. Y'all know they can't say it the way I'm saying it, but I'm giving y'all the real. They ended up comparing notes and they start saying Martell would manipulate you by standing up on you and shaking because he's out of anger and crying and begging and pleading and all of the nasty shit that goes with that manipulation to get you to believe the lie that he knows he's telling. Okay. And she was like, he would do all of that to me. And I would sit there like, did I see it? Is this right? You guys, this is y'all know what a commentary is, right? I'm not here to recount. Tisha said this, and then 30 seconds in, Marceau says this, and this person says this. This is for entertainment. This is for entertainment. I am so sorry. I don't know which channel you were on that tells it your way or tells the story like a step-by-step, but y'all got to get over there to that channel and leave mine the fuck alone. Okay. I've never seen that before. But anyway, she's basically saying these are the things that he used to do to me. And y'all can go back and look at the scene. She said exactly like that. These are the things that he used to say to me to the point of where I didn't know if it was real or not. I didn't believe what I heard. I didn't believe what I saw because Martell was so convincing. And that's how that works. That is narcissism. Okay. And then she basically says, at the end of the day, Tisha and Marceau are finally seeing what I saw. Well, you had the blinders on for a long, long time. And when you have blinders on like that, you also fight for whatever he says the truth is. So there was a long time. She said she was with him for 14 years. There was a lot she has to unravel, and she's still unraveling. She's still unraveling it to this day. Because when she sat in the scene, one of the things she said was, I can't, can you believe? It's hard to believe he would lie like that. It's hard to believe that he would lie like that. It's absolutely not hard to believe it at all. Okay, at all. And by the end of it, Marceau says, listen, he sent that shit to you. He sent you that text because he doesn't have the skill to do what he thought you could do. So that's the first time he throws shade at him. He's throwing shade throughout this entire scene right here. Martell doesn't have the skill to come to the table and do what he thought she was going to do. Okay, so that's number one. So I'm really glad that you brought this to us, Mel, because after that adult field day, I will never F with Martell again. He's deceitful. He's a liar. There isn't anything redeemable about him. I will never F with Martell again. He basically said, we're not friends. Oh, and he also told him, hold on, I forgot about this. He said, Melody said, well, didn't you help him with a job? He said, not only did I help him with a job, he said, I also gave him money. I let him borrow money. He said, we used to protect him like you. We used to protect him like you. So Martell is putting himself in the box with Melody right now. Like, I see the shit you was going through now because we used to protect him too. That's the biggest thing of a narcissist. That's one of the biggest points is you become their protector. You fight for them. You fight for their lies. You fight for all of their nastiness. Okay. Every time they do dirty dog shit, you have a ready-made excuse for them. You know who doesn't do that anymore? Well, Melody doesn't do it anymore. And you know who doesn't do it for him now? What he misses? His baby mama. She does not protect him. She lets him fall on his sword. Melody did not let him do that. Melody didn't let him do that. And now Marceau is saying, we used to protect him. We used to protect him. We gave him money. We gave him a job. And this is how he handled my friendship. So I'm done with him. we won't do it anymore. That was a great scene, and you should go back and watch it and pay attention, because even though the veil may be lifted for Marceau and Tisha, it may not be lifted for Kimmy and Maurice. It may not be lifted for the Fletchers. It's definitely not lifted for Destiny, but these are people that he could count on. He would give them a story, feed them a story, and they would laugh and make fun. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, is Destiny going to be mad at Marceau like she got mad at Melody for Marceau saying that he gave Martell money? I don't know. Destiny and Tisha were hanging out at a Christmas party yesterday. So I don't know. Let's see how this, what is our thing called? Mental Mondays. Let's see how that works. Okay. But yeah, once you stop protecting them, the friendship is done anyway. They have no more use for you. They have no more use for you. If you don't believe their lies, if you don't protect them, if you're not out in the streets fighting for their good name when they're not around, they don't care about you no way. And that's where Martell is right now. I don't like the things that Marceau is saying about me. I'm supposed to be his boy. Where's the bro code? That's what he asked. That's what he asked the Fletchers. Where's the bro code? He's not giving it to me. Okay. So yeah, that was an excellent scene. Excellent. Okay. And I hope that we get more about it, because now we have to go through this unraveling phase with Mel, if she's willing to share that part of it on the show. If she's willing to share that part of it on the show. Marceau gave Slaw money for the video. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't want to get any problems over here. Bro code over his wife. Bro code over his wife. That's pretty much it. Martell feels like I had a bro code over Melody. Marceau had a bro code over Tisha. They should have come first. So it is what it is. Let's move on to the next scene, which is the last scene, okay? So the first thing up, I want to say this. The other day last night I said that I thought that that Marquez had something on his lip. And then someone in the chat said that they thought it was vitiligo. I'm going to say maybe that's accurate. Okay, because I don't think that people would be able to eat with all of that going on at a barbecue. Okay, I don't think people would let you kiss them and all that other shit. I think you'd be, you'd give the cross, get away from me. So perhaps it was vitiligo and I mistook it for something else. It was just that when I looked at it in this live that he had, I was like, what is that? Now, it still may be something, child. I don't know. But let's just assume that it's vitiligo. That's better. It's better. Okay. Let's start there. Let's see. Okay. Someone said, I saw it at Mel's Mimosas. So you saw what? Was it vitiligo or was it something else? Please share. I'm correcting something that I said. I'm correcting something that I said. Vitiligo is not, I thought that he had bumps, but I was told no. Okay. So it is vitiligo is what you're saying. Please confirm that, lies and more lies. What was it? What was it? Okay, vitiligo. Okay, it's vitiligo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so retraction, retraction. Let's take that off of him. Okay, because I was caught off guard. Okay, I also this video where we got to see him in the car with his friend. This is the friend that they were on the road driving to his son's graduation. This is the same hat, same t-shirt, same friend. Okay. Same hat, same t-shirt, same friend. When he was panning the camera to his friend, it was given a different vibe. It was given a different vibe. at the time. But what it looks like he was doing here is just basically saying, I'm on my way and I got a little backup, okay? In case things popped off, all right? Hold on. People are saying that it's not vitiligo. Okay, God damn it. I thought it was vitiligo, but it's not. Now, the other thing I want to say before things go too crazy is that it looks like Ken and Marquez are okay. They're okay. He had made this post where he said that him and Ken were on the phone for almost 5 hours. I circled it, okay? If anybody wants to copy it, y'all can take it. It says 5 hours they were on the phone. And then he wrote that little comment where he said, probably the toughest conversation I've ever had, but God has put a plan together, the power of prayer, okay? And he was basically saying that him and Ken had never had a conversation prior to that scene where they're all sitting for dinner. He said, we've never had a man-to-man conversation. So he was very, very happy about that. So happy that he just posted, wow. Okay, wow, he said. And then he goes on to say it was tough from man to man to set your pride aside. Both ends for the bigger picture. It's only God's work. It's not about us. Okay, he made this whole post. And then y'all, check it out. That's Ken, Marquez, damn near elbow to elbow, and the kids. He said, this is the bigger picture. This is what it's all about. So they are good now. He added Ken. Y'all can see it says at dark skin Ken. And then look, he shows his son out there with the car Ken bought him. And then he made a little jokey joke. He said, thank you at dark skin Ken for the gas money. Okay. That ain't the only thing he said. Hold on. And Ken actually answered back and said, he made a little laughing. He laughed at it. He said, now you can pull up. Let's watch this game and get a plate. And he said, bet I'm on the way. So I would say this is where I'm going to give Marquez props, okay, in this video. Marquez has stood down this entire scene. He did not get on live. He did not go to social media and post anything ignorant. He has stood down and he is letting whatever this squashing of the beef is be. So that's very mature because not a lot of people can do that. We just saw Tisha and all that shit, right? Even though that beef was still ongoing. But sometimes you got to just pull back. One of y'all got to be big enough to pull back. He's pulling back, okay? Now let's get into it. I gave y'all all the stuff because I know a lot of people was talking about Ken is out here doing crazy stuff to the kids, child. That's Marquez is the daddy, and he said that it shit ain't happening. He also said that they've made amends. Now let's get to it. Okay, so this is the last scene. This is a celebration for the kids' birthday party. It looks like Trisha is throwing it big. She lives in a nice house, a nice big house. The party is in the backyard. She invited her family. Ken invited his mama and sister, so his family's there. Ken said this is the first time all of the family has come together like this, and he's really happy. He said, I've met them individually, you know, at points in times, but we've not all congregated. So this is a big moment for him, and he's feeling good. Like he likes this family unit. And Trisha says, well, listen, I just signed the divorce papers. I got them notarized. And she said, do you think I should tell him? And Ken does a double take, like, what? Why would you tell him? And he politely says, nah, you probably should just keep that shit to yourself. This is about the kids, and we don't want anything to mess this day up. So just keep it cool. And, you know, we already gonna have something, but we don't need anything. We don't need you to bring anything to the function. But at the end of the day, Trisha says, and I quote, Marquez is coming, but I don't know if he's bringing any family. And it strongly suggested that she didn't know he was bringing a +1 because a +1 was in tow. And that seemed weird to me, but that's what she said. Okay. Next, we have everybody showing up. I was going to call her Destiny. Destiny and Lance walk in the door. Destiny and Lance look very much like a couple. It's crazy that Destiny was doing all that deny, when there you are together, walking into the scenes together. I don't know if maybe she was playing it off, thinking that, I don't know, Sonny was going to be there. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Destiny is here in the scene. Kimmy comes in. She brings a bottle of some liqueur. It's nice to bring something to the homeowners when you show up at the house. So she did not come empty-handed. And Melody also brought cards for the kids. Marquez did not bring anything for the kids, though. He said that this was his first time showing up at the house, but he didn't bring one damn thing for the kids' graduation. And, you know, he's the father, right? But I will say this. When he walks into this backyard, you could see the birds fly from the trees. This man came in with all kinds of negative energy. He comes through the backyard, him and his friend, whoever this man is, he walks into the backyard. They came into the backyard. He's looking with his eyes like wide open. He doesn't blink. He's looking around, but he doesn't blink. I don't know why nobody's paying attention to this shit in regards to the viewers. But everybody is looking at him like he makes them nervous. And there he goes, "Hi, I'm Marquez. I'm the father. I'm the father. Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter?" He does not say hello to Trisha. At least that's not how they cut it. He didn't say hello to Ken. He didn't say, "Hey, let me introduce you to my boy, blah, blah, blah." He's just screaming at people. He comes over to Nell Fletcher and he says, "I'm the father. I'm the father." And Nell says, "Okay, I got it. Yes, sir. Gotcha. Gotcha." This is how awkward these things are. Nell Fletcher got her eyes open like, what is happening? This man is saying this to everybody, to everybody. That's what it looks like. Okay. Okay. He's also acting like this is his house. He's literally walking around like this. Ken is off to the side with one of his friends. The friend is like, you know, "Partner, is this normal behavior?" And Ken's like, "Yep, this is him. This is what he does when he shows up to anything." In confessional, he's like, "One of us got to be the bigger man, child. At the end of the day, this is the shit he does. I'm used to it not by now. I can't let him take me off my square. I can't let him take me off my square. I got to let him be him." It was the best thing y'all could have done. Don't pull him aside at this point because people have a really different impression of him. So I appreciate it that y'all let Marquez be Marquez, okay? But then he goes, his daughter is walking past him. His daughter was sitting there when he said, "Where's my daughter," by the way. She looked up at him like, "Oh, shit. Y'all got to go back and look at it." I think that was his daughter. But she looks like, oh, my God. There's only a handful of kids there. Marquez did give Trisha $5,000 for the house. I think they gave it back, Mel's red phone. From what I'm understanding, they have bought him a car. They have given him money. They have gotten him jobs. He's gotten that and then some. They pay for anything that has to do with him traveling from Atlanta to Huntsville. So he got that $5,000 back. And he's not been in that house, from what I'm understanding, for 7 years or so, or around that house for 7 years. So you can't keep making that lousy 5,000 mean something. It means nothing. It means nothing. Anyway, his daughter walks past him and he kind of grabs her and says hello, like gives her a kiss on the cheek, which was all cute, until he grabs her face and stares in her eyes for 20, 30 seconds. What was he doing? And I'm telling you right now, the daughter threw his hand like, "Get off of me, weirdo." That was the energy she gave, like, "Damn, Dad, come on. What are you doing?" That was not good energy. That was bad. That was 1,000% bad. Okay, I am reading these notes. But at the end of the day, the shit was embarrassing. Then from there, where did he go from there, child? From there, he asked everybody to come join him for a shot. Again, this is my space. I need everybody to come over for a shot. Come on, Unc. I need you to come up too. He's called beckoning to Chris Fletcher. I don't know if these people, maybe they met at the Mimosas event. I don't know. But he beckons him. He comes up. Now they're all drinking shots. This is very much given drunk uncle energy to me. And I know, I'm just going to tell y'all, I'm not used to some of the stuff y'all are saying. I know I'm from a different generation, and that's okay. I told y'all before that I was not used to men filing for sole custody from women. That was not something I saw growing up. I also, I'm not used to crazy people being invited to the cookout when kids are there. There was always a plan, and there were crazy motherfuckers in my family too, you know, that came in through marriage. The plan was always, and I always saw this when I was growing up, such and such isn't allowed over here. And then you called 4 or 5 uncles or men who was supposed to stand guard, right? They're supposed to be near the door or outside on the porch, somewhere that they would stop this situation before they even walked to the backyard, okay? And let me tell you, the uncles didn't start with, like, you know, beating a person down. They said, you know what, man, you ain't supposed to be here. Now, you know you ain't supposed to be here. It would be that type of conversation. And then it would go to, well, these are my kids. Somebody would say, you want me to make you a plate? Let me get you some food, okay? And then you can see your kids later, but you can't be here. And then somebody would even offer to take them for a walk or a drive. But there was a couple of steps happened before that ass whooping happened. You weren't allowed at the party. That's what I'm used to. This whole new wave, everybody comes to the party shit is hilarious to me. But they got him here, and he's sitting here acting like this is his event. So he's screaming, telling everybody to have a drink with him. Okay. That again, I accept if that's not what goes down today, but that never happened. That never happened in my family. But anyway, after they had their little drink, that is when old dude start giving all of this information. Before I even left the house, if he's been away from the house for 4 years, he said, before I even left the house, Trisha was in a relationship with Ken. I saw the text messages. He said 4 years before I left the house. Okay, we're about to go into year 9. So I'm just going to round up, child. You're telling me that for the last 9 years, you're still pining away for this relationship? He says, I'm triggered. I'm triggered when I see this. This man is in my house. He's with my kids. And then he admits, I will admit that for the last 2 years or so, I haven't been there for the kids. I haven't done anything for them financially. And that bothers me too, because he's taking them on trips. He's doing this for them. He's doing that for them. Say what now? What is happening? In confessional, Chris is like, listen, I'm supposed to be a mentor, but get me out the group chat. This man needs therapy, intense therapy. Get me out of the group chat right the fuck now. Okay. Lance, poor Lance is just sitting there like, I don't even want to be a part of this scene. How did this happen? Why am I here? And then Maurice starts saying, well, it sounds like to me, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what the hell Maurice said. It sounded like the Charlie Brown cartoon, womp, 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 womp. But at the end of the day, he tried to give him some advice. We'll see what happens next. All right. Now we are at, I guess, this like little cabana type thing, like an enclosed tent. We're inside this enclosed tent. Melody and Trisha are talking, and Trisha tells Mel, listen, I signed those divorce papers yesterday. Everything's, you know, I'm moving on with my life. And Melody said, oh, is that your husband? Because he was at my event, the Mimosas with Mel. Trisha says yes. And then she proceeds to say, listen, he's a deadbeat. He's always asking me for money. He's always asking me for money. And then she said, at the end of the day, Melody actually said, is he going to ask you for some spousal support too? Because look, you look like you got it like that. And he looks like he doesn't have it like that. Trisha said he better not. Okay. What I should be asking him for is child support. Okay. Now, again, they seem to have worked this out, so I don't want to cause any problems. This is what happened on the show. That's when Marquez comes in and changes this subject up completely. Okay. Melody is getting her life in here because she knows that Marquez is triggering Trish, and Melody is poking the bear at Trisha, period. Marquez comes in and says, oh yeah, oh, I met you at the such and such. I know your husband too, Martell, right? Like he's doing all this winkety wink, talkity talk. And then he goes, well, let me ask you a question, since you and Martell are co-parenting right now. How do you handle things when, from getting triggered and stuff like that? And I'm like, Melody still gets triggered. So you're not even asking the right person. She can't even film with this nignog. So you, sir, shut up. That's number one. But then he implies that Martell and Trisha slept together. He's saying this all in Melody's face. Melody says, wait a minute, in confessional, wait a minute. What you bringing Martell into this for? Sir, you and I don't know each other well enough for you to be bringing Martell's name in the way you did, okay? So she is pissed, but she's letting it play out because she likes to see Trisha squirm. She likes to see Trisha squirm. So she says, listen, you are triggered. And since I've been here, Trisha, you're the one who's doing the triggering. And Trisha's like, no, I stay silent. It's him. I'm like, girl, again, y'all got to slow your roll. Okay, slow your roll. Because Melody at this point is so happy that this storyline isn't her and Martell. It is somebody else and she gets to watch. She don't give a shit. She's happy she gets to watch. Okay. She was trolling Trisha. She was trolling Trisha big time. That's what I said. I said, you can see it on her face. Like she is eating with this smirk. I was like, girl, I wouldn't even been comfortable sitting in there. But at the end of the day, she was like, this is y'all's thing. This has nothing to do with me. And she felt good about it. Okay. Now we are at the end of this scene. This is the big speech. Okay. Now, if y'all were paying attention, y'all would have saw that the scene gets cut when he said the parents, me and Trisha, you know what I'm saying? Me and Trish, y'all can see that the scene gets cut, but it's what TV's supposed to do. TV did what it was supposed to do in this scene. They come in, the three kids are there. There's three kids there, right? There is a young girl that I believe is a child that Ken claims. And so she was there. He said that his daughter and Marquez and Trisha's daughter are good friends. So that's one. And he says, listen, now, did he take a jab? He surely did. I'm not going to say he didn't take a jab. Let me say that though. But he says, listen, I'm glad that all of y'all are here to celebrate our kids. He said, the parents. He says, the parents, celebrate the parents. Now, this is what it sounds like he said to me. Celebrate the parents, me, Trisha, and then the scene cuts. And then when it comes back up, everybody's laughing, but we don't know what happened when that scene cut. Something happened that made the son laugh too, though, because the son smiles. He's staring at Ken, and he like cracks a smile like that shit's funny. But for whatever reason, Marquez cannot take it. And Marquez start doing this side step like a cartoon where you take one foot, close it together, then slide it, then bring it back together, which is also very awkward. He's sliding his way up to them. And then he goes, hello, I'm the father. Hi, I'm the father. Again, he says he's a father. Them kids look exactly like you, boo. There is no way nobody knew you weren't the father. That's number one. They have life-size posters of the kids all over the place. And you already yelled you were the father 15 damn times on your way into the party. I wish we knew what exactly was cut out. I'm hoping that either Marquez or Trisha or Ken, they divulge what this information was, child. But it was hilarious. It was hilarious. That's how it basically ends. So we're going to see what happens next. I'm happy that they're all together now. Let me just say that again. It sounds like they're good now. So good for them. But if you want to be a daddy, you got to step up and be a daddy. I don't care about the biological part of it. You know what I'm saying? You could get the biological, you can have biological sperm anywhere. You can get that at the sperm bank. It's what you do. It's how you handle yourself with those kids. So they got to, know that you're the person they can call on. But outside of that, y'all, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of tea dropped. I thought production did a good job with the show, with this episode, even though people thought it was boring. And that's because I think that they are tying up those loose ends, all the questions that we've had about the cast and stuff like that. I feel like it's coming in. Let's see. I feel like Trisha should have made that speech. Really? I don't think it matters. I think that you guys keep trying to push Ken out of Trisha's life. Um, if you are sleeping with the mama, I feel like you have an obligation to the kids. So if you stand up and you're being a man and the man of the house, especially in Alabama, I think that's what people expect for you to do. I don't think that it is out of place or out of pocket for you to have thrown a party and cash app somebody money to get you there. I don't know if this man was his driver or what. Maybe he asked for a limo driver. I don't know if that's his friend or, a limo driver. We don't know. They said that they had to give the man money to get there. So we don't even know how he got there. But if you are asking for money to get there, if you have asked that man for cars or he's giving you cars, helped you get jobs with an S, giving you money out of his pocket, taking care of your kids, as you said, he's the one who said he's taking care of my kids because I couldn't for the last over 2 years, then he gets to talk. He gets to talk. That's just how it is. You get the big piece of chicken and you get to talk. It's okay. Okay. But that's it. Anyway, kudos to Ken. I think that if you are a single mother and you find a man that wants to take care of you and your family, I think that that's awesome, because that does not happen. Rap music has changed the game. Okay. Men think that they're supposed to slide in at night, eat up all the fruit snacks and all your kids' food and walk out the door. It looks like he is being a stand-up dude, standing up for the family that's there, and even trying to help the man get on his feet, including bringing him on the show. Dude moved all the way to Huntsville so he can be a part of the show. To be a part of the show. Okay, he's the boyfriend. That's cool. That's cool. If I had children and I was dating, I would want a man who saw my children as little people that he should protect and care for. I would want that for myself. I understand, though, like I said, I'm from a different generation. Ken said that he was born in Ohio or that his family is from Ohio. This may just be an Ohio thing, because I didn't even know it was supposed to be done another way. That's just how we're taught. He had another child there. He had another child there. Did y'all not see 3 kids? Did y'all not see 3 kids? He's representing that child. He said, thank you to all the parents, all the parents. Then he said, all the fathers, the stab was when he said, all the men taking care of their kids. All the men taking care of their kids was the jab, because he's not taking care of his kids. But he might have heard something out of pocket or misplaced, or however they cut the scene is what we didn't hear. But I don't have any bad words to say about Ken in regards to him being taking care of Trisha and those kids, helping them travel the world and see things that they may not have seen by themselves. Well, I'm going to tell you what, they said that it's the ex-girlfriend's child. You don't have to be the sperm donor to be the child's parent. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that we're taking this a little literally, and it's weird because it's coming from Black people and we should know better. Typically we're the main people who saying it takes a damn village. Like, we got the big mamas and all kinds of people, and you would cut somebody for saying that your big mama ain't your, ain't well, she shouldn't say that. She ain't a part of your family. We got these fake aunties and play cousins. We are literally the group of people who invented all this shit. And here we are telling Ken, you go take your ass back to wherever you came from. Go sit down some damn where. Stop claiming people's family. Child, that is what we've always done. When have we not done this? I can't breathe. But yeah, okay. Ken is not the father. He should not exclude the father. The father was there as a guest. The father was there as a guest, and he said, I'm the father. 100 times. 100 times he told them people that he was the father. He asked where was his kids, and they were standing right in front of him. Y'all are funny to me, but I love it. I love it. Okay, y'all think that Ken overstepped. I don't think he did, but I also, like I said, I think that it's just how you were raised. In my family, Marquez would have never made it through the door. He wouldn't have come. If you haven't seen them kids or done anything for them kids in 2 years, and especially if you showed up empty-handed, you would have never been able to come to the backyard, period. Somebody would have stopped you. They would have asked you if you okay. They would have brought you food. Like, those are all the niceties that would have happened. Let me get you a drink. Let me walk you down the street, but you're not allowed in the backyard, period. You get to see them kids later. But that's me. I totally understand that. But you can't be a father when you want to. You can't be a father when you want to. You can't show up and then expect to get all of the praise and all of the accolades of a man that was actually doing the work. You can't expect that. Not in my family, but I totally get y'all. I get it. I get it. I said I get it. I understand that too. But that's pretty much it, y'all. So anywho, this is it. Let's see, Diana, I grew up old school as well. This new school mess is weird to me. It's new for me, child. I'm happy that some of this stuff I'm just not around for. I see it on the TV show and I'm always like, what? You're not taking child support? Why? Who does that shit? I would have never. I didn't even know that was an option to walk away from child support. When I hear these ladies saying, oh, I left it on the table. I didn't ask him for child support. I didn't ask for this. I mean, what is going on? What is going on? I think it's funny that you guys are trying to make him into a pervert because he's helping this lady through some shit. But it's okay. It's okay. I appreciate y'all. I love all the comments that are in the chat. I appreciate the different perspectives. That's all we got, child, is our perspectives. Someone else is going to come through, read this shit, and they're going to put these things together and figure things out. Okay. But that's it, y'all. I appreciate you guys. It has been an amazing chat. Okay. Hopefully, y'all go back and watch the episode if y'all think that I was too off kilter. Okay. But that's it. That's it, y'all. Let me put my screen back up. Here we go. Y'all, make sure y'all hit my like button on your way out, please, and thank you. Share this video. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Facebook as well, okay? Facebook, IG, and the Tickety Talk until it closes down, okay? Thank every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.